Hello everyone, it's Kaifu here with another video for you guys. Today's video will be another product review, and this product review will be on Vingolf, the Rules All-Star. So pretty much this is the third Vingolf for the Force World, the expansion set. From what I was told, there will be 2 Vingolfs per cluster now, from what I was told. So this will be the first Vingolf for Lapis cluster. I believe the Lapis cluster. So yeah, you get some reprints, you get some new cards, and from what I've seen so far from review and so on, a lot of the cards in here are pretty good. So other than that, let's get on with the video itself. So yeah, these are the 5 stuff. There are more stuff in the actual box itself, like the binders and also the rulebook so on. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys see enough of those. You actually want to see what's in the set, are the cards worth, and so on. So let's start off with the light one. Now, first of all, I don't like how they package these cards. Like for example, you see this little fin. That's all it is to cover the whole entire thing. Cause I bought 2 Vingolfs. So one of them was like this. And obviously these cards can easily get loose, easily get damaged. So hopefully Force will itself package the whole thing, like the whole thing, so it doesn't end up like this. Cause I've been surprised. I was so surprised. Like wow, this was so poorly packaged. It's kind of scary because some cards can get damaged, and I noticed some cards here is already damaged already. And now as you can see, this little bottom part here is actually. I'll take the single card out so you guys can see it. So you can see there's a little dent there already, and I haven't even like done anything yet. So these stuff, you have to be very careful when opening it, because again, this is so thin, anything can get loose and so on. So other than that, that's the only negative I can think about, like packaging. But other than that, let's get on with the products. So let's start off with the light section. Now obviously all these will be containing full arts, but I'll be doing half of it because the first half will be exactly the same as the second half. So there's no need to see these. We do have the Light Dragon now. This one obviously Resonance. Pretty much Resonance is pretty much a magic stone when it comes to play, and it has a certain typing of magic stone, like light magic stone, darkness magic stone, and automatic ability with trigger. So this is the Resonance is pretty much the Odin effect from Valhalla. So pretty much, you know, guys don't know what Odin does on the rule side. It pretty much is that when you hit the magic stone, it's darkness or light, it trigger abilities. So it's the same thing. So pretty much these dragons does the exact same thing what Odin does on the rule side. So you have your dragon. So when this comes to play, you destroy all non-magic stone and non-J rules. So pretty much it's like a Pandora in a way, the light Pandora. But this one also destroys this also destroys additions, which is important because currently at the moment in the format, addition is such a big thing. Such an example, shackles. Obviously barrier shadows. We have a lot of addition stuff in this format at the moment. So it's very important. This nukes the whole addition as well. So it's quite good already for J rule itself. Ours is searchable from the Celestial, but the thing I don't like about it is such a slow card to activate the other 3 abilities, because you need to untap those cards as well. So by the time you play Celestial, you most likely will be tapped out, especially on turn 5. So the only active ability you can use is the tapper to do 400 damage to a attacking resonator. So now the difference between this and bow is that pretty much you only can do damage to an attacking resonator, not a blocking resonator as well. So that's the difference from bow. And knowing that this allows all your flying J/resonating barrier, so pretty much protection from target spell like Black Moonbeam and so on. So which is great. So they're actually doing better cards than the previous Vingolf, because obviously the second Vingolf was so terrible to the point that other than the Jewel Stone, there's nothing good. Yeah. There are some reprinted sets, so yeah, we do also have Alpha, the Knight. So obviously it gives power to your Resonator and so on of the chosen race, and all your J rule of the chosen race gets power of the chosen card you called. So which is great. It does allow get more aggressive play, so it's a good, decent 4-drop. Dragon Knight, Commander Sophia, Siegfried. So pretty much it's a Dragon Knight. So obviously it can't get boosted by dragon and so on, but it instantly a 13/13 flying Dragon Knight, you can say, if you control a Dragon type card, so including your Ruler, J-Ruler, / Resonators, and so on. But the thing I don't like about it is when the format is quite fast, so most of these cards is kind of not irrelevant at the moment until rotation kicks in to the point that Alice Cluster get rotated out with Wyvern and so on. But if that does happen, I don't see this card being having any potential yet until we see the third Lapis Cluster set, which is quite important as well, because we don't know what is in L3, and without knowing L3, because it is called Dragon, I can't remember, something with Dragon, so this will maybe supporting the third Lapis Cluster set. Next we have Varia, Paladin of the Dawn. Pretty much she has a really as you can see already, this card is already damaged because of the packaging. Again, you have to be very careful when opening these cards. So again, Varia has the ability to pay 2 white to cancel target ability or spells. So on this card, obviously, so it obviously get hexproof, or known as barrier, but might as well just give a barrier because yeah, a 6-drop 2/2 is decent, but I'm not sure about it at the moment. Obviously, we have some reprints such as these cards right here. The Castle Tower. Obviously, whenever you gain life, target resident get +3/+3. So just a reprint from the 7 King set. So when rotation does kick in, this card will be staying. Next we have Grim. Pretty interesting card. I wasn't expecting to do this because obviously Force will be helping the Millennium deck and so on, but for Wanderers, I'm not too sure. Because again, Wanderer will be using mostly a lot of other stuff because this is human, so you can't search it out. Like, obviously Grim in the Grim cluster was human, but I thought this would be a Fairy Tale list, so you can search it out to turn all your cards in your main board into a Fairy Tale. But sadly, that's not gonna happen. We have this card as well. Obviously, it's like a Pumpkin Witcher kind of effect, which is like a 10, not 10 drop, but it's a 5 drop plus is a 10/10 swiftness already. So obviously a very aggressive card on turn has been played. Obviously, all your J-Ruler / Resident gains a precision, which is target attack. I'm not sure how impact this card is at the moment because target attack is really good because obviously you can attack into anything you want if things are problematic. For example, Captain Hook, for example, say that because they will be flickering the Captain Hook, obviously being recovered, so you can't attack into it. So obviously, if you give your Resonator / J-Rulers precision, you can attack into it right away. Then we have Light Wizard. Obviously, this is a mana generator for white, so but only can play for chance for only spells only. So yeah. Then we have Lumia. Obviously, Lumia is in here for mostly the Lumia deck, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people will not be using this for the Lumia deck because, like, when it comes to play, remove the top card of your deck from the game face down, so only you can see. Obviously, your opponent cannot see it. Obviously, and because of that, you're able to flicker all the time. You keep removing top card, and so you kind of like drawing as long as she's on the field, and she can play cards from the remove pile, which is great. Next we have Manifestation. Manifestation Power. So another reprint from the trial deck or starter deck for the not Grim Cluster, for the Lapis Cluster. So I'm gonna go through this really quickly. They're mostly reprints. Soul, another good card, pretty much is the Gretel for mono white, non-special magic stone. Final Word, another reprint. Zero's Magic Light, another reprint. Then we have the dual color card, so which is the Jonah Arc. This card is okay, it's decent. When it's enters the field, you gain 6 life, and when it goes to grave, you draw a card. It's decent, but however, I don't know how effective it will be in the current meta. Again, when we're in the format at the moment, we're dropping a lot of powerful Resonant by turn 3 or turn 4 really quickly to the point that the free drops it's kind of irrelevant. It's not like Pandora / Abdul format, where the format was a bit slower. Where Snow White is mostly for the Poison Apple type of deck, so you can use a little red, the Granny and so on, just allow you to do a lot of stuff. I think she had this card of Poison Apple. No, she doesn't have this card of Poison Apple. Never mind, sorry about that. I thought she had to discard some kind of Poison Apple, but no, it doesn't. So this card gains, it gains a certain ability for each, depending on your life, so pretty much it's a good finisher if you necessarily do. If your life is very low, and say for that you top deck in this, go swing for a chunk of damage, pretty much. Next we have your Jewel Stone or counter Jewel Stone, so pretty much the game counters only produce a certain color and so on. So these cards are not that great because at the moment we have better Jewel Stones. And obviously you have your 4 basic light stones. So yeah, that's pretty much for the white section. Overall, the white is getting a lot of good cards in this set, so not too bad so far. So let's go on with the red one now. So the red one, you get the Avatar of Flame Magic Stone, so pretty much another dragon, and obviously this one kind of kills the field like what the white one does, but it only does 1,000 damage, and obviously a lot of cards can survive against 1,000 damage major at time, like Wybers and so on. So this card, not too sure. And again, most of these rulers are not really going to be used competitively, but mostly for fun casual deck will be fine. But I will be very surprised if one of these will be like later on in the future, depending what support it will be for the dragons and so on. It will be great because at the moment we don't know. So this is great for field nuking again, and also when this card deals damage this turn, you can remove deals damage to the Resonator, remove it instead. So pretty much it's like a removal card in a way. We have Bahamut, Incarnation 3, flying, doesn't have swiftness sadly, so it can't be too aggressive. When it's entered the field, deals 700 damage to a target player or J/Resonator. So it's a 6 cost Resonator, but you can sacrifice 3 fire Resonator, which is kind of heavy cost, but it's understandable why you're dropping this like very powerful in the game. We have Baroros, also known as Kabuki on the J-Rule side. Pretty much it does the same thing as the J-Ruler, Kabuki. So what Kabuki does is that in the Valhalla, it does the same thing as this. It can attack on turns being summoned or being played or J-activate or whatever. And when it comes to play, rest all your opponents Resonators / mostly Resonators. So really good card. So it's a cheaper, easier version of Kabuki. This guy, the Magic Stone Destruction guy, I don't know how I feel about this because it's a decent card, but I don't know how effective it will be at the moment because it's sacrificing 2 stone to kill 1 stone, and also we obviously sacrifice 1 stone to do 5 damage to a target Resonator. And we're in the format at the moment, Magic Stone is kind of important. If you lose those Magic Stone, you are kind of in an awkward situation, but that's it. Blood Boy, another reprint. Burn to Cinder, another reprint. Kane, so pretty much just does damage like tapping it, so pretty good. Volcano, another reprint. Demon Flame, another reprint. So a lot of reprints at the moment for the set, so obviously you can reuse like Demon Flame, even Outcast gets rotated out. Fire Wizard, which is pretty good for Soul, because Soul deck has a lot of spell types of deck, and obviously they do not have mana generator, so this will be great for them. Something in roster, something Jutsu, whatever, another reprint. Melgus, Swiftness, and so on. Salamander, so pretty much this is a 4-drop, does 600 damage and 600 damage to your opponent onto a Resonator as well, which is decent, but the body size is quite small for 4-drop compared to today's 4-drops. Most 4-drop these days of 9/9 or even 8/8, even something ridiculous with powerful effect. So yeah. We have Yoroshiro, pretty much Swiftness and so on, 3-drop 8/8. Pretty much is giving explosion to all your J/Resonator. The difference between back then, explosion back then is whenever you make contact, so whenever you deal damage, so it doesn't have to block. So yeah, to my point of view, you can just if your Resonator has target attack too, and has explosion, it can instantly kill. It doesn't have to block. So yeah. Next we have Sylvia. Pretty much this will be able to get you tokens, and that tokens is a 5/5 and Dragon Tongue with flying, and this gains swiftness as long as you have Sylvia as a ruler. Pretty good already. This card is quite interesting. I was not expecting it to be a red-blue card. In a way, because I don't see any blue resemblance on the actual original card, so this card's okay, but not too sure at the moment. It's a wizard, but you can play cards from your remove pile, I believe. No, when this card is put to the graveyard, you may use the remove card from remove this card, so it removes the card and so on. Next we have the golem, which is the wait, is it a golem? No, it's a clown. Oh, okay. So what this does is that it's a 5-drop, 12/12, quite big already for a 5-drop. Back in my days, 5-drop was like 4/4, 5/5 back in my days. Whenever this card does attack, and your J-Ruler / Resonators will gain flying as first strike until end of turn. So which is quite important because now it gains first strike and flying, so you can fly above your opponent's Resonator and kill your opponent really easily. And then you have your Shock Stones and so on, or not Shock Stone, your Counter Stone, and then you a token. I don't know there's a token. Next you have your Sylphia stones, which is the basic magic stone, and next you have these tokens, which are from Valhalla. Obviously, they are Valhalla, pretty much Valhalla cards and so on. So yeah, the rest will be the exact same thing, so not much difference. So yeah, that's for the red stuff. On to the blue stuff. So I'm gonna speed this up because my battery is kind of running low at the moment. So yeah. Oh my god, damage cards. So yeah, be careful when opening, guys, because if you don't, obviously you will damage your cards. Avatar, water, magic stone. So pretty much this is pretty much bounce everything back onto the field, which is okay, but not great at the moment for the format, because everything has a lot of enter ability. You do not want to bounce back your opponent's powerful captain hooks and so on. Alice Dimension of Travel. Pretty much this can be played from your deck by playing its cost. Obviously when you were searching. Water Transformation, another reprint, so which is a better art, pretty much you can say. That's pretty much it. Charm of the Prince. So pretty much another reprint. Chronos, not as good as the original one, but hey, it draws a card. Another reprint, and this one produces tokens, and obviously Rabbit Resonate control gains. So your Rabbit Resonate will get stronger each time. So pretty much the token will get stronger each time as long you control Moon. So gains +1/+1. So it's not that big, but it could make a big deal. Just flying vanilla. Body and Soul, another reprint. Shackle, another reprint, which is a better art, so it looks better this way. Yep. Shion basically does the same thing, well, not really. Pretty much it just pumps up like J/Resonator, depending how many water magic stone you have, and also this card gains Barrier if you're Ruler/Jade Ruler Shion, which you always will be. This card will be pretty interesting because you can bounce a card back when you awaken and so on, so which is quite interesting. Well, you can bounce 2 cards you pay for 2 awakenings. Next, Triumph, pretty much Triumph was, I can't remember how Triumph was used back in Valhalla days, but it wasn't used that much, so this card gains control of Resonate until end turn. Sadly, back in the days, in the Valhalla days, when you actually took control of opponent's Resonator, like for example into Siren, you're able to attack them right away. So that was the rule back then, but they changed it for obvious reason, obviously. Valentina, a 6-drop, but you can pay 1 less if you control Valentina as your Ruler/Jade Ruler. So I don't know, this card is quite expensive, and a simple removal spell can get rid of it. Water Wizard, again, mostly for soul support and so on. Machina, I don't know about this. I was not expecting it as a black-blue Resonator, but again, it does help with the big plays and so on. Giant, when this card enters the battlefield, cancel target Resonator spell. So I think they changed summon spell to Resonator spells now. So I don't know why they did that, but I think it's a bit more easier to understand than a summon spell, normal spell and so on. They might get confused, I don't know. And next we have your obviously your counter stones, which is not that great as I mentioned before. And you have your basic stones, and you have your rabbits for tokens. So overall, the set itself is really good, but not too much cards can impact the format at the moment until rotation kicks in. Like I said before, a lot of these cards are very slow, and because they are very slow, you have to wait for rotation when they can be actually playable, viable in a way. Because at the moment they are viable, they're good, but however, as I mentioned before, in the current format, it's just too fast for them. Obviously, Avatar of Wind Magic Stone. This card gives all your pretty much all your Resonator a mana producing ability, but it's compulsory effect, so you might even force yourself to give that one to your opponent. You control nothing on the battlefield, which can be a bad thing because your opponent can just whirlwind, so on, blah blah blah. We have pretty much the Puss in Boot card. Pretty much what this card does is that this card deals 100 damage to target Resonator and loses flying, so which is kind of important in a way, because now you can your Vibe is attacking, I'll make it into a non-fly and block with my bigger card against it. So something like that is a line which is really good. Freak, pretty much the goddess. This card back then, it was mostly sideboard against Chronos Mill, but now this card is pretty much revive 3 cards, which is 1 Resonator, 1 addition, and 1 spell, or 1 chant. Heaven and Gust, another reprint, so obviously in the full art version. Van Helsing pretty much does the same thing. Not does the exact same thing, but it does a hate thing towards enemy colors like red and black in a way. So yeah, next we have Red Riding Hood again. This card's pretty good, like for like basic stone deck, but again not too much. Next we have Aberon, pretty much the token generator. For 4-drop, you put 3 1/1 tokens in the battlefield, elf tokens, should I say, which can be very scary when you overwhelm the field. Precia, the Wind Child, oh not the Wind Child, the Wild Child. Again, I'm not sure about this card. This card's okay, not the best, but hey, it does something. Next we have Precious Call to action. Now, if you used this back then in pre-OTK days, then obviously you know what this card does. Pretty much, if you target a base, you pay as a free cost. The target resonates against swiftness and target attack, and obviously you draw a card. Rapid Growth, obviously have a reprint. Charizard, pretty much this is like you can use this with Lumia as well. I think Lumia has a new toy to play with now, so you can like make your opponent keep drawing dead cards pretty much. Another is this an elf? No, he's a spirit. Oh, so it has resident. What it does is that just recover this card. So you can go very aggressive with this if you can like ramp for like Riddles or even Magic Stone Analysis and so on. Like a lot of ramp cards, you can make this card very aggressive, but at the moment I'm not too sure what decks can use it to make it very aggressive at the moment. The Beast Queens counterattack, again another reprint. The World Trees Guardian. This was a J-Roll back then. No, a rule back then. Back then, this card, when you're on the J-Roll form, you can block it, and it has, I believe, 3,000 defense or 2,000 defense. I can't remember off the top of my head, and it can block flying types, resonators, and so on, and J-Rolls. Windscard Refridge, pretty much comes to play, draw a card. You know what it does. It's a reprint. Odin, I'm kind of disappointed in this. I was expecting this to be black and white because Odin in the original set from Valhalla is to Judgment. You play 2 whites, 2 darkness, 2 colors to flip over. This actually is very disappointing for me to see in the color wise, and obviously the effect is really good, but you need to ramp so fast to the point to put this on the battlefield to make it even relevant. It has strong body and stats and so on, but again, a single ban magic or a single kill spell can ruin this big guy's play. So it's a shame that it doesn't have like protections at all. Yudrusu, the first tree, again more mana ramping, more stones, more feastings, and elf tokens. Again, this is from the Valhalla arts. So yeah, that's pretty much for the green. Let's go on with the darkness. Whoops. Obviously you have your Avatar of Darkness Magic Stone. It's pretty terrible from my point of view. Your opponent get to choose what resonator to sacrifice. It's not the greatest, so yeah. Now this card might impact the format. Abdul, because Abdul back in my days, I feel kind of old since saying back in my days. Back in the days when Abdul was dominating, Abdul controlled the whole entire format. Well, in majority of the format. Reasons being because it shut down one whole mechanic, which is the enter ability. So yeah, this card might see some play and so on at the moment, because it's easy early 2-drop, and you can search it out with Butterfly and so on. So this card can see some play, and it can be very impactful as well to the meta. Baleful Avatar does the same thing in Valhalla as well. I think your opponent discards a card on the rule side, but when this card comes to play, your opponent discards a card. Dark Purge, another reprint. Black Wizard, I think this wizard is not that great, because unless you're playing a Resurrection deck, that's when it comes helpful. But at the moment, with Zeke the Ancient Magic, Horn, and a lot of graveyard hate, there's not a lot of good ways for this card to be used at the moment until rotation kicks in. Dracula, pretty terrible from my point of view, because it doesn't, for a full cost, it doesn't do a huge impact to the game. Your J-Roll gains impression in addition to a vampire to itself. More or less good, mostly terrible on that side, because again, you're playing a really expensive mana and it doesn't really do much. Endless Night, another reprint, so you can keep your removal spell now, so which is great. Gil Lapis, this guy's okay. You can choose, you one-on-one me, pretty much they say one-on-one me. Loki, why'd they have to nerf Loki? Oh man, the pain and sorrow hurt so much. Pretty much Loki back then is a lot powerful than this, obviously in the J-Roll form. This does the same thing, gains 100 for each card, 100 defense for each card in the graveyard, so on. It's a 2-drop, it gains lifelink, so on, and flying if you have 10 more cards in the graveyard. Oh, for the lightning part, it gains flying right away. Razad, this card, I don't know, to be honest. It's a free drop 8/8, which is good stats already, but however, it's quite slow because you have to wait to the end of the turn to do something with him, and so on, and it has to survive as well. What is good? Saria, the Lord of the Moon. Obviously, this is the Resurrection card from Valhalla. A bit slower because I have pay 1 black tap and during your turn as well, so not as crazy as I thought it would be, but still pretty good card. I will say once rotation kicks in with Horn and some stuff rotates out, you might see this guy in play. Might, keyword might. Shade, pretty much it's a removal spell in a way, as a resonate as a body for 600 damage, and you gain 600 life as well, and it has resonance, so you can recycle this card really easily. Gate to Silvergate, another reprint from the what's it called again? Curse of the Frozen Casket, I believe. It's gone, another reprint, which is great, so you can look at your opponent's hand and so on. More discard outlet. I was hoping for no discard reprints, but they have one, but it's not that bad. Unseen Pressure, a really good card because a lot of people were using a lot of weenies, such as Tamas, Sacred Elf, so on. So it's a good reprint to be using this again. Blazer, it's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It destroys a J-Ruler, but if we're in the format where Black Moonbeam will have the original Blazer as a ruler form, this card is more or less good until rotation kicks in, like I said before. Pandora, pretty much, it does a lot of stuff. You block, you gain life, you attack, your opponent lose life, so it's very, very interesting. Next we have these 2 Jewelstone cards. Again, counter stones, pretty terrible. Next you have the Darkness Matching Stone. So overall, the set is pretty good. The mostly impact card in this game for the meta at the moment, it will be most likely Abdul, Shahrazad, and from my point of view, Freak as well. So I think those 3 cards will be the most important. Obviously, there are some other cards that I mentioned before was good, but at the moment, in the current format at the moment, before L3 is even released, mostly we'll say Abdul will be the main one to affect the format at the moment. So as you see, you have your 5 colors for 5 color starter deck. I can't say starter deck, it's a Wingolf set. So 5 starter, 5 colors Wingolf set of green, blue, red, white, and so on. Next we have this last pack. So pretty much in this pack you get 10 holo cards at random. You don't know what it is, so it can be anything. It can be, I'm not sure about tokens, will be a holo token, I don't know. You can get Chronos or something like that, but it won't include J-Rulers because you already have a holo J-Ruler already. So yeah, I'm terrible opening. Yeah, I'm terrible opening. Let's see what I get in this set. So overall, like I said before, I like this set as well because it's great. It has a lot of good exclusive card compared to the first Wingolf, as I mentioned before. Not first Wingolf, the second Wingolf. The second Wingolf was pretty terrible. Snow White, Tommy, Water Wizard, Razad, this guy, Yujutsu, Siegfried, what's it called? Shit. Housing. Is it Housing? Yeah, Housing. And this guy. And I got, the Sylvia Holostone. Quite interesting. So yeah, so you get 1 Holostone from what I see and 1 dual color perhaps. And, dual color. Well, I don't know, it's all completely random, but I'm pretty sure you get at least 1 Holostone. That's all I can completely say for myself. So yeah, overall, I like the set as well. It's pretty good for beginners and for experienced players as well. You get some good cards, like I said before. Abdul, there's one example. You have like reprints as well for like players who can't gain access to older cards. And yeah, so overall, I like the set. Like I said before, I say that this set could be the best one out of all the Wingolfs because the third Wingolfs has good potential cards can be used later in the future, but currently at the moment, most of the cards are a bit too slow until rotation kicks in, as I mentioned before. And again, reprints is good because like cards like these we won't be able to use again once rotation kicks in, but since they got reprinted you can actually use it. So yeah, tell me guys, what do you guys think about this new Wingolf, like the way they do and so on. I like it so far, so yeah. So thank you for watching, thank you guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time, peace.